Now, from a historical point of view, Dr. Ortlund is pointing out two points that are interconnected. The first point is that the Seventh Ecumenical Council made historical claims about icon veneration dating from the apostolic times that are false. That's what he's saying. And then, based off of that, kind of the second point is that there is no evidence in the ancient church, specifically before the 7th century, of cultic veneration of any object existing in the church. The opposite is true. It was always opposed. So let's respond to Dr. Ortlund's challenge. Let's give an example of cultic veneration before the 7th century. And for this, I decided to go outside the usual body of literature used as definitive proof for the existence of image veneration in the early church and present something fresh, because there's a bit too much baggage with most of the literature that is very definitive about the use of icons in the early church. It's been overanalyzed, and I think people will just say that, well, it's a matter of interpretation. So I want something fresh. And this text that I'm going to present is particularly insightful and unique for a number of reasons. One, it's not a theological or polemic text. It doesn't have any instructive quality to it. It's not someone teaching something. It's a narrative text. And secondly, there's no debate about the authenticity of this text. Not that scientific academic research is particularly meaningful, I would say, in these debates, because it's often one opinion against another. As we'll see, I'll present why I generally am skeptical and reject most scientific research in this field. But anyway, that's me. I'm nobody. Back to this text. This text is a narrative account of someone's experience. And who is this someone? Well, in the last quarter of the 4th century, there was a woman named Egeria who was a pilgrim that came to the Holy Land. She was obviously a very well-educated woman, and she describes in detail the liturgical practices in Jerusalem and the surrounding areas, and specifically during Holy Week. And this text is really useful because there's no relation between it and the controversy in the 8th century about icon veneration. So there's no question about it being corrupted by the debate then. It's a pure text. So let's jump into the text. There's a number of points here that aren't necessarily related to icon veneration, but I do think they're indicative of the kind of the liturgical practices during the time. And that's this first case in chapter 24, section 7. Should I read the Latin? Probably won't read the Latin. So, as we see here, we have the bishops, that everyone comes to the bishop's hand to receive a blessing. And a bit lower, we have a description of many candles and lampadas being placed around the Holy Sepulchre and in front of and behind the cross. At the very end of that, we have the ante crucem sed et post crucem. I think that's properly pronounced. I'm terrible at putting the stress in the correct position with Latin. But anyway, in section 3, we read... Ac sic ergo omnis populus transit unus et unus, toti acclinantes se, bowing themselves, primus de fronte sic de oculis tangentes, they touch the forehead and then the eyes to the cross, et titulum, and the cross, et sic osculantes, and kissing the cross, osculantes crucem pertransuent, I think. Actually, so they don't kiss the cross, they don't kiss the placard, they just kiss the cross. But still, point is they kiss the cross. They bow themselves and kiss the cross. Well, and if you want to say that, well, it's the cross, how could how can you compare that to just kissing an image of the cross or kissing an icon? Well, right after this, Egeria says that at ubi autem osculanti fuerint crucem. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so they after kissing the cross, they pass by and a deacon is holding the ring of Solomon and the horn that was used to anoint the kings. Osculantur et cornu attendunt et annurum. So they kiss the horn and they look at the ring. So the horn that's used to anoint the kings doesn't have any value for, the gospel history necessarily. Right, and so it'd be definitely considered a secondary relic, if that. But it's being kissed here, so I think this is pretty definitive proof that there exists the type of veneration of holy objects in the 4th century.